Let's continue the adventures of Dr. Acula. Ah, another fine day at the Pembroke. Let's just dive down here. Oh, it's smooth landing there. Oh, why is everything so jittery tonight? Oh no. Oh, some nice and delicious opium. This. I bought the little DLC thing. For this game. Little $3 like, hey, this was the pre-order bonus. Here it is separate if you didn't pre-order the game. I want to find the items for it. Can I just... Man. The inn... And here. Hey, there's Dragonbane. That's the... Oh. That was the sword. I don't know why this is happening now. Reload. Oh, it put me straight into the DLC costume, too. It's a nice dapper costume. Got the bowler hat. Kind of like the coat a little bit better. Oh, that, and then you just click on the locker and it swaps you. And a gun, too. Barker. Kind of like the idea of using a sword. I got enough stuff for it. Not enough to get it to level 4, though. Free stamina. Alright. Less stamina per hit. I like it. Just a tiny bit better than the... Not quite as fast, though. We'll put it through its paces and see how it goes. I mean, we're not... I can just have them both on the same thing and just swap them out. It's the DLC gun. I kind of like the having the shotgun, though. The guns didn't particularly impress me, but the shotgun seems well enough. But we'll rock the new duds for a little bit. I found out that it's main story progression that increases your mesmerization levels, so We're stuck getting weaklings for a while.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Feel played.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Damn it!
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
You mean you don't already know?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Ooh.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
All right. Let's do this. Finally get to talk to this bitch in the hospital room we can't get to.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Shut up!
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless
What?
woman. You know how long I've been a patient here. You've picked the wrong fight.
I didn't threaten you, though.
Harriet Jones. Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, the playback froze. Hold on. Bullshit. Come on. I don't like when the playback freezes because it makes me think the game froze. Or not the game, but the stream froze.
So many vile undertakings.
I heard there
Stream
had been
freezes.
some
That pisses me
dispute
off.
goings on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs down. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Jesus
Well,
Christ!
if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Hey, Peppa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
What can you tell me about this?
Let me guess.
Alright, so you have nothing to say.
Goodbye.
Codeine. Opium.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
And I see the playback has frozen again. You know, like how I like it, the freeze. If it freezes again, I'm just gonna give up on it.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Why is Crane all the way over here? I wonder. Unknown. Who are you?
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Mutant Blight.
I've got the blight, sir.
Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
I have all the information I need for now.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
It's locked.
When I get back,
That new investigation that came up? Oh? Where are the sewers then?
This is no place for you, sir.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hide out. Where are the sewers? Personally, I don't really know where anything is. Like, definitively. Oh, I missed.
This is despicable.
Hey, a new hideout. Sweet. Oh.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the guards recruit more and more every year.
Sorry, sir. No admittance.
All right. Mini boss gone.
Bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the guards recruit more and more every year.
When did you join the guard?
Hey guys,
Not a safe place right now, sir.
you don't say. Come on. Hey, I'm gonna help you with your job here. Go get it. That's what you're looking for, right? See? Now you could be helping your friend there. Nope. Went for me. All right. Come here, big boy. Oh! Did not like that. was like a fucking werewolf 60 feet away from him. Some fucking, like, monster hunters these guys are. Oh, these guys are much stronger. Probably want to hold off on going this way. Oh, that's a large beast. Yeah, let's double back here. Come back when we're a little further leveled up. Rogue Skull.
This is despicable.
Yeah, this is where the hideout is. Hello? Things. What was that? Clearly not meant to be going to Whitechapel till a little bit further into the game here. Where is the sewer, though? I would like to find this gentleman's friend. Just the entrance outpost I took care of. Oh, this is another part of Whitechapel? Oop. Big old box of pills. Cool. Burger parts. Is that it? Oh.
It's locked.
And that's a door we can't even open. Locked doors. I've noticed tend to be things that are tied to a main scenario progression. So I take it that there's going to be a part of the story where you have to go this way. Screws. Railings. Back in the thing, and then that's just dead end. Second entrance into the hospital here.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel,
Oh.
you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't know how to read.
I don't read well. But I think you're a guess.
It looks like he's going into the sewers. Not gonna try to go for the nurse, huh? Oswald. Nearby.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Guess this is unlocked. Now I can just double back. I'm coming, Oswald. I'm coming. I'm coming. And to switch to the barbed cudgel. Pills. spring. Oh, quit your whining.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first.
Hey, Brian, how are
Take a
you?
deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave.
I'm doing pretty good.
Enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating.
Playing Vampyr. Vampyr. Let's back in docks. Killings, another. The docks. Ooh. That. This. What do we got here? Whoop. Ban of the Dragon, concerning the Brotherhood of St. Paul. Concerning the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, I would advise our members to be very wary about these so-called scholars. Yes, indeed, most of them are always affable and respectful whenever they approach us. But it would be quite unwise for a discreet circle like the Ascalon Club to foolishly speak about our goals, our members, or our traditions. I would also like to remind our fellow members that the Brotherhood itself is ancient enough to have some mysterious traditions. One of them, according to some informants, good. The so-called Ban of the Dragon. It seems that in certain conditions, when the Brothers of St. Paul find a violent or bloodthirsty immortal, they call upon him this ban. What is it exactly? I don't know. Does it really exist? I don't know for sure. But what I've established as fact is that yada yada yada, something something something, from the Law of Ascalon, something Lord Redgrave founder. Lore.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Stop doing it then, Jonathan. Jesus. Like, you don't like the rats, stop picking up the rats and eating them.
For blood.
Let's go, pal. Nothing. That's where the mobster was taken. Oh, good. Sewer beast. Duh, werewolf. It kind of looks like the one I've already killed. Reload, reload. Reload.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Dude really went into the sewers. during a vampire epidemic. Sick if you have money, whoever you are, where you're from. Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Find Darius' house. Keep on. Something in a foreign language.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. This is despicable.
I just can't help myself. I just can't stop eating rats. Loading screens. My favorite. Certainly hope this isn't some sort of like infinite loading screen bug I just stumbled my way into here. That'd really suck. I don't know when it autosaved last. Certainly hope it was after the boss fight. But let's give this another couple of minutes. This loading screen isn't going anywhere. Give me... Let's... give myself 2 seconds here. Oh, you'd think at some point we'd technologically pass by the threshold for infinite loading screen bugs like this. But alas... Whitechapel, continue. Christ in heaven, please don't do that again. Alright. Where are we? Where was... Oh, okay. We lost 0 progress. In fact, that we somehow managed to make progress. Get away from my hospital. Yup. Fucking zombie. Way too close. I think. Where am I? Where is this? Have I been down over this way before? I think that I have. A lot of skulls, though. Decently leveled ones at that. And this is back around where the boat was. And wouldn't you know it, we get to go to Whitechapel. It all worked itself out somehow. Alright, can I stop pissing for 5 seconds?
Hey, Doc.
I ain't even gonna stop pissing. I'm just gonna keep going in front of you.
I'll leave you.
I wonder if now that I've officially, like... Let's go to the docks real quick, because I wonder if now that I've, like, officially met Clay, maybe I get more dialogue from... What's-their-faces? His wife and...
Last warning, sir.
The dude, what's-his-face? Which I don't quite remember how to get to. This way? I mean, I haven't been this way before regardless, so I'm gonna go this way. Oh, this one's a toughie. More. That. Because I'm eating Clay tonight. This is just West End. I assume is still, for the most part, totally inaccessible.
It's locked.
It's
all right.
locked. That just leads North Docks, which I can't really do anything in. I'm just gonna use these guys for ha-has. Some vampire hunters. Nick still can't do the good old vampire shuffle up to that ledge there, huh? Even though I, by all rights, should absolutely be able to. Let's kill you guys for the ha-has. For having the sheer audacity to step on my goddamn turf. Like, these are my streets. Not a smart idea to try to do your thing anywhere near them. especially seeing as you don't actually hunt the actual real threats to human life that are all over the goddamn place. Like, you can't go 5 feet without stumbling over, like, zombies and werewolves everywhere. Like, and yet these motherfuckers will drop everything to attack me, an otherwise completely normal-looking doctor. How do I get to the... Go this way for the... Come on!
It's one of them! He's dead! Bloody leech!
Of experience. This way to get to the docks. Yeah, this leads to the... No? Yeah, it does. Does it? Pretty sure it does. Yes, it does. I recognize this. Is there a fast travel? There isn't. Alright. Kinda disappointing. Though on some level I can respect the decision. Hello. I can. Where does this lead me? Leads me to Skulltown, USA. I might be able to... I might be able to meet some new people over this way. You know, some, new, potential, you know, victims. Cattle. Loving the sword.
It's locked.
Locked. And Salison. What? You. Crafting materials. It's like a whole new area. Nope. Bumped my mic there. Bumped my mic reaching over to adjust my headphones. Locked. skull in there. Huh? Uh-huh. Has it now? Is this the hideout? Fuck off. I'm pretty sure this was the, yeah, this is the, so that door's still locked, and that's the hideout there, up there. It's cool that I have this unlocked now, though. Unlock. Hey, this is where, what's his face was. Thank you for being patient. Blood sample, solution. That entrance into the place. Nope, not wanting to go that way. Oh, cattle, I have questions.
Good evening, Miss.
Hello again.
Really?
Can I see?
As long as you...
You have anything? Cross. Digsby, come back here.
You. Goodbye.
Really? Dyson. All right. Bus around here then. You know, I'm just gonna eat Clay. Like, he's not the most complex human being. And getting more hints about him is only gonna give me, like, so much more blood. I'd rather, like, you know, cash in now. Oh, we should go talk to what's his face. Let him know we found his friend. Right?
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir.
All right.
What?
I have all.
Thank you.
Oh, we'll update after the night passes. Recovering.
Hey, I'll leave.
And more determination.
Let's just rest. 3,200 XP's a big number. Let's see. Ultimate. This. Blood cult. How much do all these cost? 1,000. I like the idea of a good AoE ultimate. A little bit healthier. This has mostly stayed the same. They are in serious. We are level 12 now. So is Jonathan's, like, nightmare face here, like, reflective of, like, your vampire level? Is that what that's supposed to mean? Because Because I know, like, a low-level playthrough is possible. I don't really know how, concerning, like, scaling and everything, but... So... Recipe unknown, you say? Bottle... Junk. Sell. Clay Cox, or Oswald Thatcher, or whatever the fuck your name is. You're back.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of
Yeah.
piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. It makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Alright.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about is their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No.
Apart from being a surgeon, I'm also a
An irrational
psychologist.
fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific.
Where's a psychiatrist?
Perhaps it would help.
What is the difference between those two careers?
So interested in my case.
I never learned it. Ooh.
Perhaps you were trapped or locked in somewhere as a child. The horror of war could have brought this memory back to the surface.
Are you joking? I grew up on a farm, had a bloody fantastic childhood.
Damn it! Shit! Oh, that was a hint about Newton. Alright. Fascinating. I mean, I wasn't really gonna plan on eating either of these guys anyways.
Goodbye.
I can respect that it makes you commit to decisions, but I kind of wish I had a mulligan, you know?
I'm happy to see Mr.
I'm eternally grateful.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even...
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
What can you...
War was...
Eh.
Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald.
More than you know.
Save me.
Goodbye, Mr.
All right. Have I cured you? Does that let me ask you more questions here? No.
I'll leave.
If I don't find something by the time I get mesmerized level 2, I'm just gonna eat him. And society will thank me for it.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night.
I'd step back, sir.
We have to stop it!
Hello? Not there before. Locked either way.
Locked, all right.
Leads to a dungeon of some sort. Go in here now.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Big old box of pills. Bunch of shotgun shells. Nothing. Value. Ah.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. If she's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
London.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
Free? You may soon find out that you have simply traded one set of shackles for another.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Alright. Oh, level 1, you say? And you're suffering from fatigue.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arse litter in the streets. Not me.
Bloody hell, boy. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Migraine. Oh, level 1.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
No one would miss you if you, say, turned up dead with bite marks in your neck.
She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles?
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head. It just failed me last night.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
A gun?
Where is this new hideout I can go to? Down here? I'm pretty sure I can make migraine medicine. Like right now. Is it in here? Dead inside. This is looking like a dungeon. It is a dungeon, whatever, but not what I was looking for. Serious. Oh, there's a lot of blood. I think I made a mistake coming in here. There's a corpse. There are many corpses. Just wanted to make drugs in my house. I don't need this shit right now. Wait, this is the new hideout? I mean, okay. Ooh, I can't make the medicine for migraines. I don't know what the recipe is. Wait, I have the treatment for headaches. I just can't make it, but I have one treatment for it. All right. Good handle parts. All right. Hideout right next to the zombies. Ah! Oh. Is that just a new collectible? Fiction. Ah! Where does this spit me back at? Oh, that's okay. All right. That's fun. Not really helpful, but that's fun.
It's locked.
Dead body.
When science fails you...
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Huh. Well, let's trade.
See what
Swanborough cordial. Well, not selling any,
Good.
Do you know Nurse
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Goodbye.
Palmer, Albert Palmer, Greta. A lot of rings. Hey, you're Bates. Remember, I rescued you.
Do you remember?
By accident that one time.
Reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Since I took an oath to help people...
Well, seen better day.
Give me your medicine.
You is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a nurse. What can you tell me about her?
Dorothy Crane, bless her soul. I really should thank her someday.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor. Some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
I'm no saint, but to take advantage as you do, you are a despicable man who could only prosper in these dark times.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamborough shit.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodging.
I exploit the working class.
I'm weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
I eat them.
Deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
You are a repellent individual.
You obviously place yourself above the misery of Whitechapel, but you are as repellent an individual as I have ever met.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
Alright, let's see here. Disqualified to white triple migrants. Calls used to exploit tenants. And one last thing. Recovering, you're recovering. You're recovering, rather. I'm definitely, absolutely, assuredly, 100% eating this guy. I just want to see if I can fish out another hint somewhere.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. That made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Let's see if he can give us another hint doing this.
Even you deserve such a cruel fate, though you have tested my patience beyond its limit.
Glad to hear. Nice to know there's another civilized individual in these parts. Not like those bloody savages.
Goodbye, Mr. B.
Let's see if we talk to Dorothy and that gives us another hint for him. Let's... Oh, more people!
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Right then.
Tiny good handle part. That might be worth it. Not really anything else, though. Can I sell you all these rings? I don't need all of them. I don't need all of these. Let's talk again.
fancy bar.
You never... How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Sure, blame the migrants.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then.
What am I doing? Ah! Frame rate!
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Really?
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
It's a hoax.
The flesh and the heart of men.
It's all them folks putting up the 5G towers. That's the cause.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
This is the 20th century.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Cool.
What do you mean when you say that I...
All scientists are...
Yeah, science bad.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
So you sent him to his death.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
As I walk through the shadow of the valley of death.
Goodbye.
I gotta, like, make progress at some point. Let's talk to Dorothea here. Or Darius, rather.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I cannot. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned. Mr. I'm looked. Tell me truthfully, why are you so thankful?
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making me a rich man. Every month they live, it's more coin in my pocket.
Oh. That looks like every single hint, and he's no longer losing any blood. Guess what, Cardigan? It's your lucky day! You're gonna make me so much stronger! Rumbo, rumbo, rumbo. Civil service.
Evil to deserve such punishment.
Yes.
My only regret is that no one will mourn me, for I have never been loved.
Well, too bad for you, jackass. Shouldn't have been a racist shitheel. Up! It's an ancient vampire hunter technique. I'm powerless. He's assumed the form of the cross. He's going to obliterate me. What should I do?
It's one of them! Bloody leech!
Were you a skull? You kind of seemed like you were just sauntering up to me. Large beast. Let's go.
Filthy piece of shit! That's
All right, werewolves, let's go. Now, there's another one of you somewhere. Hatchet.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. Huh. There's a letter inside.
The box that who thought who what? What? Oh. 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 Barrett, there's no what? Can't keep on like this. At least like Jover finds out about us. Life is my friend. Crush him, then he will kill you. Oh.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis.
Oh.
Who should I give it to, I wonder?
Accidentally stumbled into this one, huh? Can I go this way?
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the phone.
I'm not a journalist. I'm a doctor.
A doctor?
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a journalist.
Part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone.
I know.
I even called the bastard my best friend.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Required, here, required.
Goodbye.
Let's talk to Barrett here first to see if we got any more.
You never lose. Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody will be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Well, I don't like your face, so I'm gonna rat you out to
You again?
Joe here.
I think the documents in this box could be of some interest to you.
Really? Where'd you get it?
I found it in an abandoned building nearby. I thought you might want to keep these letters.
Let me see. Letters about my boy. Thank you, sir.
You do not appear surprised or pained by this.
Surprised about what? Harry's my son, I'm his father, and that's all there is to know, don't you think?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Here's a little something for your trouble, and to remind you to keep your mouth shut about all this.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
I'm going to ransack your house now. You were a fool for letting me in here.
It's locked, all right.
Damn it. Ooh. Job refusal letter. Dockyard, etc., etc. Professional vampire hunters. Do I have medication for fatigue, or did I run out of it? I think I can cure you.
So,
I'm not bothered.
do you need any...
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Do you know...
Yes,
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Dial it back. Where is Colossus Joe here? Is Colossus Joe? How did you get around me? Oh? Oh. Nope.
No one's there.
I see it now.
So you only hurt people because you care about me? Is that it?
Don't be such a brat. I do what I must to provide us with food and medicine, that's all.
Mum would never have let you bully an old friend like Mr. Lewis. Shame on you.
Harry, I'm your father and I love you. But don't you ever speak to me like that again.
What? You're gonna beat me too?
Jesus. Give me patience.
It's locked.
So it is. Noticed what's his face was nearby. Saw him somewhere, like off in the distance. Like I was trying to find the spot to eavesdrop here.
You again?
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else. Whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
That's every hint for you. And that's every hint for all of you.
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder if he's my own blood. Seems he's ashamed to be my son.
Why not change that then? If you used your strength to do good, perhaps Harry wouldn't feel that way about you.
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my boy? Who the fuck are you to interfere like that?
I mean no harm to your family. But if you want my advice, this is no place to raise a child.
No matter where we live, Harry will always be sick and frail. At least here, I'm respected. And no one will ever dare touch him.
Goodbye, Mr. Peter.
See if I can find the one dude from before.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
Does not look like it. I'm gonna get back to Pembroke. Been going on a little too long here.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night.
Alright, it's this hideout. Get to Pembroke. I'm gonna see if I can eavesdrop on 'Cause now that I know eavesdropping is a mechanic now, I'm wondering if maybe that's how you get the, Oh. Unknown. Her mesmerization level is 20. Oh no! His illness has gotten so much worse! He may never recover. May not necessarily be. I'll save it for next time. I want to see if I can, like, eavesdrop on, like, the people from the docks, like his wife, and see if that unlocks some additional, like, dialogue options here. I should craft some of these. One of each, just in case I run into anybody with those afflictions. All right. That's gonna do it for me for tonight. Thank you, everybody that showed up. But I'm good. I'm done. Good night.